Hey, Robert here. Got a surprise. Got a package from one of my subscribers on my Coleman Restorations channel. He's from Russia. He sent me this cool Red Army cook stove. Y'all check it out. This is one cool kit. I've been looking at, honestly, I've been looking at one of these that was listed on Etsy. I had it in my favorite list, but it sold. And it just happens to be the one that he sent me. It's complete. It's got the cook kit. It's got the instructions, but they're written in Russian, so I can't understand them, so I got to do this on my own. Got the funnel. Like I said, the cook kit doubles as storage. Pretty neat little setup. Get all my parts loose here. Alright. Comes with the funnel, 3 little pot stands, you can turn them inside like that for a smaller pot, or for larger pots you can turn them to the outside. It will work either way on this one. Yep, works good. So it also comes with the valve tool for shutting and opening the valve. Silent burner cap. And it also comes with a maintenance kit. It's got all the O-rings, pip for the pump. It's got the pip like the very similar to the old U.S. Army military stoves that's inside here. It's a pip and a spring. Got all the spare parts. Comes handy little carry case and a little tool. I guess in a pinch you can use it to open and close your valve. Turn it this direction and you can use it to remove your pip and spring, which is in here. Also, on the other side, there's a pressure relief valve. You can use that to open and close your pressure relief valve. I had it open a few minutes ago. Tightened it down a little too tight, I guess. But pretty cool little stove. Wish I knew what that said, and English. But cool color. Melissa tried to take that away from me. Yes, she likes that color. Okay, he had mentioned in the email that these came with the plastic pump cups. I guess very similar to the newer plastic pump cups that we get in our newer Coleman lanterns, 288, 290 and such, that they're not very well made. And he had tried to make a new leather pump cup, and I tried to make it work. I just couldn't make it work. It was just too big around. The leather was too thick. It needed a thinner leather. So I racked my brain. Couldn't find anything to mold a pump cup that size. It's an odd size. A 1/2-inch drill bit wasn't hardly big around enough, so I couldn't drill a piece of hole in the wood. I didn't have anything that's a drill bit that size I needed. And I racked my brain, and the whole time it was right here in front of me. The old handy dandy plumber's flaring vise. That's a 1/2-inch hole, but the way it's designed, I mean, it's going to be I think it's going to be the perfect fit. So I have a new pump leather molding in there now. It will be dry in the morning, and I'll finish this video in the morning. I'll have to stop tonight, and once it's molded and dry, we will take it out, punch a hole in it, and see if we can fire this thing up. I tried a test one, and I took it out before it was dry, and I punched a hole in it, and I didn't punch the whole center. And when I tried to feed it back in here, it was all wanting to go to one side, so it was a failure. But so I'm going to let this one dry completely and make sure I punch the whole center in it. The leather should be stiff enough. I should be able to feed it in there straight, and I think it's going to work well. Also on this, the pump, I think that a bolt was misplaced that would have went down on to hold the pump leather down. It just has the one. The way this is threaded, I mean, there's no way to put a washer on it. The washer would just slide all the way down. So I did have some metric bolts or nuts in my bolt nut box. So I'm going to thread the thicker one, the newer one that I've got on the back side, and I'll put my new pump leather against it, and then use this thin one that came with the stove to pin the pump leather down to hold it in place. And I think that's going to work well. Okay, I think we're safe. I think the pump leather is going to be dry enough. I'm going to have to get a razor blade and clean it up just a little bit. Okay, put that over the end of a dowel rod. Maybe I can punch it from the outside. Get a little more centered than I did last time because I couldn't see how to do it on the inside. Cross your fingers. Get a little marking on there and see what that looks like. Looks pretty close. Alright, let me soak this in oil in a few minutes and we'll see if we can assemble it. Okay, I've oiled the pump leather. So let's see if this thing is going to do the trick. Punch that hole a little tight. I think it'll still work. Man, that nut is too big around. It is spreading my leather back out. And to do it like that, it's going to take a much thinner leather. Might be able to work it in there. Won't be easy. Trying to do this on camera, which makes it really hard. Hey, we did it. Get all my goodies back out of here. Okay, I thought the camera was recording this whole time, but it wasn't. I put the pump leather in, went to pump it up, put pressure in it, and my pump started pushing backwards and started flooding a little bit of fuel out, started leaking out. I knew immediately something wrong, so I released the pressure on it. Hadn't lit it yet. Anyway, I took this off. I was going to stretch the spring a little bit, and I noticed that the pip was turned around facing the inside. And I don't know anything about these Russian stoves, but on the American stoves, the pip's got to turn around and go against this to get a seal. So it was wedged down in there. I couldn't get it back out. Lose my pip. So I've got this micro drill bit. I stuck it in from the back side there and mashed down on the counter and forced that pit back out of there where it was stuck down in there. So I'm going to try to turn that around now, like this. I think this is how it should go. Just hope I didn't stretch that spring too far. Now, let's try this again. Alright, I think we're working now, but I don't want to put pressure in that until I preheat it. I want to preheat it first. So let's tighten our pressure release back down. I'm going to preheat this with denatured alcohol. It's already trying to burn. I ain't even pressurized it. It's gonna be a little bit cold-natured, but I think she's gonna burn. Loosen my pump. Now that's not raising back up, so that pip is sealing now, so it was in there upside down. Heck yeah. Let's put a pot of water on there that'll hold that heat down toward that burner. Oh, there she goes. She's warming up now. Look at that. Heck yeah. I like it. I do. Yeah, I think it's fully warmed up now. And I didn't show the full process on making that pump cup. I already had it in the mold, but I do have a video on making the pump cup. Shows how I trimmed off the excess leather. So you might want to check that one out. I'll leave a link in the description. You know, I haven't even tried to work the valve yet. I can see I'm getting a little bit of flare up down here in the valve. I think it's loose. Let me tighten that valve down a little bit before this thing gets too hot. I can't handle it. About there now. A little bit of a leak. Check for leaks. Make sure that tightened it. Make sure that got it. Yeah, that done it. Just took a little tightening down. During shipping, the bolt from the holds pump leather on, it had vibrated loose and it was loose inside the pump. The pip holder inside on the bottom of the pump, it had vibrated loose and was down inside the fount. I had to turn it upside down and shake it to get it to come out. I mean, it shipped a long ways, so a lot of vibration going on there during shipping. Puts out some heat. There we go. Well, look at this simmer, Steve. Oh, didn't like that. That was a little too low. It's trying to burn under that silent burner cap. Man, you talk about a simmer. Man, this is going to be a coffee making machine. Okay, I couldn't resist. I had to boil some water. Check it out. That's too cool. That handle has slots, so you can pack down for packing, and also you can close it down like that and it keeps it from falling back over or getting against the burner. So it keeps it cooler. Hey, Rosalind, and I really appreciate you. I really do. And didn't have to do this, but I do really appreciate it. And next time y'all see this stove, it's going to be in a coffee challenge. And I'll have a cup for Rosalind. Alright, y'all know the routine. Like, share, subscribe. God bless.